Hello. Give it a minute. Oh, that. Oh, I got a notification saying that I'm live. What's that all about? Right. How do I get this chat box up on the... How do I get this chat box up? Let's see what's going on. Here we go. Hello, everyone. How is everybody? Need to get... Sorry, bear with me a second. First time I've done this. So I'm trying to figure it out. Well, I did a quick test with microphone last night. Just on a live, not on a Google Hangout. So... Before we start, Flat Earth here doesn't represent any map or any model, just an exploration of what we've been told. Let me try and get this. That's it. That one there. There we go. Split screen there so I can see the chat. Right, what we've got, let's have a look. Right, Chris, F.E. Jackson, how you doing? I was going to mention my meet-up again. Saturday, 21st of April, 1 p.m, Endcliffe Park. That's at the cafe, or in the cafe. It's in Sheffield, in South Yorkshire, in the UK. See if anyone turns up. Have a chat. See how it goes. Take it from there. I got an itch. I can see myself paused on YouTube screen here, and it looks weird. Nice one, Tony Dixon. Have a look at the chat. Have a look who's here. Girl Sniper, Night Angel, P900 Cool Picks, hiya. Grandman 1962, Roxanne Glenn, Tony Dixon, Rebecca's Way, Jennifer Peters, Night Angel, Harsh Truth Engineer, how you doing, right? Chris F.E. Jackson, Midnight Gardener, hi, how you doing? I don't know how long I'm going to be on for, because we'll just have a chat, anything you want to talk about, or just have to... I've got another video coming soon, some more activism. I'll be putting that up in the next few days, I think. Like I said, I don't film everything, all my things that cards that I put out, I only film some, so I'm going to put another video up with that. Midnight Gardener is in the building. Yeah, Roxanne. I just thought, well, I've got a new microphone, so I thought I'd give it a go. See how it goes. Yeah, I won't be representing any straw men, maps or models or all that, because we don't know where we are. do we really? We just know it's not a globe. It can't be. Too many holes in the globe. It's leaking like a sieve. And the heliocentric model is leaking like a sieve. And that water that's coming out of that sieve is finding its level. It's horizontal on the surface. So, I don't know. Hi, Flat Earth Dude. Spherical Cow. Flat and Square Hyatt. Hello, Brandon Cook. Goldfish Brain, is that? Hi, the final countdown, Terry Zoop. Squirrel Sniper, hi. Hi, Jamie Brown. Hi, Spirit of Longthorn. How you doing? Chilstead Deluxe. Bail out the burst ball. Yeah, well, that ball is burst and it's going to be flat on it. Hi, Richie BFE. How you doing, Animus? Hi, Stephen Watson. Hi, Chris Hayes. How you doing? I don't even know where to start. I've got my t-shirt on. A journey to flat Earth. Okay, been 100 cool pics. I used to be really into like aliens and UFOs and all that sort of stuff years ago, and I was going down in rabbit holes and stuff like that. And then 2014, I think, yeah, about 2014, I started looking into other stuff, and those other rabbit holes, legalese and illegal fiction, stuff like that. Bought a few law books, looked up the law dictionaries and stuff like that, bought some, looking into all that, looking at what the meaning of words were in legalese and stuff like that. And then from that, I went on to a bit of the big pharma stuff and stuff like that, and looking at natural remedies and stuff like that. Hi, Lev Kung Fu Shaolin. How you doing? And yeah, got into that a little bit. And then I come across a video by, if I can remember, would it have been about 2016, I think. I think it were Dave Murphy, I think, first. And then I come across all the big American channels, and it just didn't gel with me at all the channels representing maps and models and stuff like that. It just didn't gel at all. And I was like, no. I soon realised who was who and everything else, and I just like unsubscribed from all them big channels. I'm only subscribed to one big channel now, and that's Beyond the Imaginary Curve. All the rest I've sacked off. I'm only really subscribed to the smaller channels now that are doing real like activism and stuff like that, and keeping it real, basically. Channels that are not adopting any straw men or anything like that. And then I came across, like I said, Beyond the Imaginary Curve and Harry Growler, and they put me onto the Trivium and learning about logical fallacy and stuff like that, which I've now put some videos about that on my channel. That's mainly what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm looking down here at thing. Not used to looking at camera. I hate being on camera, and I hate my voice on camera as well. It just doesn't sound right. my voice in my head sounds better than what it does when other people hear it or when I hear it on film. So, yeah. Yeah, all over crap now. Them other rabbit holes and all over shit. I'm glad I came across. Well, say that I was already discerning and coming away from all the bullshit anyway, and getting out the rabbit holes anyway. But that bit more of a push that I needed was because I come across Beyond the Imaginary Curve and Harry Growler, channels like that, and that gave me the push to get away from all that bullshit basically, and just like, yeah, I know what you mean, goldfish brain. I hate cameras and my voice too on camera. I know what it is. I'm born in Yorkshire, bred in Yorkshire, but I've lived all over the UK. Really, I've lived in North London, Bedfordshire. I've lived all over, so I've got a mixture. I've lived in Coventry for a bit. I've lived all over, so I've got a mixture of different accents from all over the UK, all mixed together. And to me, I don't know. To me, it sounds alright in my head when I hear yourself talk, but a few spanners in the STH will help me control what he said. Yeah, how do I do that? How do I give the blue spanners out? What do I do? We want to... Oh, this one here. Go to channel, report, remove, put user in timeout. No, I don't want to do that, Chris Seffy Jackson. How do I give you a spanner? What do I do? Let's have a look. Add moderator. Is that it? Right, I've got one there now. I need more than one, don't I? Who else can I? Anybody want one P900 cool picks? Do you want a spanner? Squirrel Sniper, what do you of a job, Flat Earth colleagues? I've got well, it's be 13 in about 10 days, I think. Yeah, 10 days. 17th of April. Be 13-year-old son. He's got special needs. He's handful. I stop at home, look after him, and look after the kids. And that. My wife goes out working part time, so my wife works in a school with children with special needs as a teaching assistant and a dinner lady. So I don't do much at the minute, really. I just look after the children. I'm a stay-at-home dad, basically, and just stop at home, look after the kids, look after my child with special needs and that. So yeah, so okay, Sandra, P900 cool pics. No worries. Yeah, I came to this and I've just been, I talk about it all the time. I've joined the PTA sort of thing at my middle kids school, and I went wearing this T-shirt. I didn't say out about anything. They had to vote me in and everything else. So yeah, I went there. I'm on that now. So I had to do one of them DBS check things to make sure I'm safe to work with children and stuff. I've done that now. I've just got to take my identification and that into school when they go back, so they can put that through. So, and I keep teaching my children about logical fallacy and emphomemes and syllogisms, the trivium and stuff. When they go into school, they know how to discern for themselves and stuff like that. If you give me a spanner, I'm a banner, so no thanks. Drain Man 962. To work on what's next. All right, see you later. Final countdown. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, Squirrel Sniper. told a couple of teachers at my little one's nursery and stuff about everything, and when they come around for a home visit and stuff before he started there. A couple of years ago now, when he started the at 3 years old. I give one of my cards, and she just will check my channel out and everything. I don't know if she has. I don't know if she's looked or she's looking. I don't know. She never mentioned out to me, so I don't know. Yeah, I keep mentioning stuff to my wife. She keeps going, "Oh, shut up! Stop going on about it," and all this lot. Like, I mean, she doesn't want to know, and all this lot. So where I am here, I've got no one to talk to about anything. You know what I mean? It's just me basically, and I just talk to my kids about it basically, and tell my kids everything. Keep it real, and just tell them, look, we've got to learn the trivium, learn about logical fallacy and all that sort of stuff. Learn to discern what people are telling you, telling them not to have beliefs. Don't believe anything that the man tells you. Get a knowing. Find out for yourself. Get a knowing. Don't believe. If you don't know, I told them it's okay to say, look, I don't know. I've not got a clue. I don't know. And then that's a good way to start, because then you can go, well, I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and have a look. I'm going to find out. I'm going to learn. So, yeah. So, but I also make sure if I'm on a bus with kids, I also make sure I'm talking about like the physics of water and stuff like that, and how pressure works and stuff like that, and stuff like that. Talking about stuff indirectly, sort of thing. So people are earwigging while I'm on the bus and stuff like that, while I'm out and about, so they're listening. You know what I mean? This t-shirt's getting a bit worn out now. I'm washing it every couple of days, going out in it and going about in it. So that's why I'm going to be making another one of it next few days. So I'll have a new one soon. Yeah, there is some smart people in sheds, man. There is a lot of good inventions and a lot of good stuff come out of sheds. Yeah, like I said, I do that a lot. I heard you talking about it, Rocks Angling, on one of your live streams. I've been watching them back today, and yesterday. It's actually come up on my recommended thing the other day, so I've subscribed. I've been watching. I think I've watched 2 by now. I think I've got more to catch up with Rocks Angling. But yeah, you're right. Like you said, you mean just public conversations, just drop little bits here and there, talking to somebody you know. Like I said, I do it with my children on the bus, talk to them about stuff. Talk to them about the trivium, about logical fallacy and stuff like that as well, teaching them it while we're on buses and stuff like that. So people are earwigging, listening in. So they're taking that in as well, and maybe hopefully learning something from that as well. So yeah. There's no place like Spanner. Close his eyes, click seals. There's no place like Spanner. There's no place like this beautiful earth of ours. Well, saying that, I don't know. I don't know why we're here, who we are. I know we're not what society, what the government and the powers that should not be say we are. I know we're not that. But where we are, I've not got a clue. I want to know. I want the truth. I want to know where I am, and I want to know why I'm here. No, it's fine, Roxanne. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Like I said, I heard you talking to people about it, so people here wigging and that. I heard you say that. I watched that earlier on one of your things. I mean, well, I do that. Yeah, I do that. It's a good way of doing it. Like I said about other stuff and about the trivium and logical fallacy and stuff like that as well. We all need to learn that. We need them tools so we can discern for ourselves and weed out all the bullshit, basically. Like any trolls and that, just point out the logical fallacy and say, well, that's a logical fallacy. What are you on about? I mean, go away. Come back when you've got some actual proof. Not evidence. I don't want evidence, because evidence is only there to suggest that there could be another possibility. I actually want proof, not evidence. So, yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of money in P. Yeah. especially when you've drunk a lot of beer. What's Chris? I have an inner peace since coming to flat Earth. Love, respect everyone and everything. Well, I've got that a lot more now since coming to flat Earth, but I still had it quite a bit beforehand. It's just a lot bit more now. Yeah, I used to. I've always been polite, use my manners, stuff like that with people. So, Steve HV, you know the hardest thing and most shocking to some is admitting I don't know. Too many people who think they do holds you back if you can't admit it to yourself. Exactly. Spirit of long form. Yeah, you've got to be able to say, well, I don't know. There's not wrong with saying I don't know. Like I said, then that gives you something to look at. It gives you something to do. You're like, well, I don't know about that. So you go and find that out. You go and look. You do an experiment. You do whatever you got to do to find it out. So, hi, flat accord music. Thank you. So flat Earth is just the beginning. I think, well, yeah, and yeah, maybe. Don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I mean, yes, goldfish brain. Yes, the truth is we don't know where we are and why we are here. We will maybe never know. Maybe never. We don't know. Like I said, we don't know. But it's better to say I don't know than believe the words of another man. I mean, and the especially authority. No, Dre, man, that is it. I don't play. No, I don't play anything. No, and I don't sing. You don't want me to sing. When I sing, it sounds like a cat being strangled. No, honestly, it does. It does. I'm tone deaf. Seriously, can't sing. No. What do you mean, Squirrel Sniper? I'm sure it must be written down somewhere. What's written down somewhere? Tone what? Tone deaf? I can't sing Chris F. Jackson. No, I'm tone deaf. Yeah. So alone yet so connected. Yeah. Through the internet. That's it, really, at the minute. We need to get more of these meetups going, and we've still got to discern what these meetups. I mean, who's who and stuff like that, because you don't know who's going to turn up. Archives. Yeah, but School Sniper, yeah, there may be archives telling us where exactly we are and everything else, but is that true? You know what I mean? We don't know. You know what I mean? There could be archives somewhere telling us where we are, why we're here, and all that stuff, but it could still be bullshit. Do you know what I mean? It's the writings and the words of another man. You know what I mean? We don't know. I mean, the only way we'll truly know is to get full exploration and be able to have a look for ourselves and try and figure it out ourselves. Which is no easy task, if you ask me. It's going to be hard. It's hard. It is hard. Yes, we need to get off of this box in the corner. We do. We need to get off here. We need to get more out in the public and spread awareness. More people need to do it. And more people need to let go of these strawman arguments and that and these maps and models and stuff like that because they don't know where they are. It's like replacing one bullshit model with another. Do you know what I mean? Can't do that. Every day is Flat Earth Day. Roxanne Glen. We're all well. The word flat Earth it triggers people, so I try to use level plane or globe Earth denier or heliocentric denier. Nice one, Chris F.E. Jackson. Look forward to that website on flatearth.com coming soon. Well done. Thank you. That'd be good, that. So we can all put your meetups on there and stuff like that worldwide. That'd be good. Exactly, Tom Corner. No model, no map. We don't know. We was born here into, like the man in the shed, into captivity. We were born here as slaves, basically. Well, not basically, literally. Born here as slaves to the system, to the powers that should not be. When the truth came out one day, I don't want to be one of those who hide that stuff. I swear that all these was made. Hi, Baron Bronskovich. How you doing? Yeah. We're in a prison without bars. The globe is a prison for the mind. Keep you here where you are. Stop you looking. Like you said, then you think, well, hang on a minute. We're supposedly on this globe. And then we're like, well, there's nowhere to go. Nothing to see here. Stay where you are. Do what you've got to do. I mean, stay in society. And from my looking into the 7 characteristics of a cult, they're mainly all about religious cults, but if you read between the lines in it and you read what it's saying, you can fit every one of those characteristics of a cult into society. So to me, I think society is the cult and heliocentrism is the religion of that cult. Yeah, who knows what's out there? We don't know because we can't go anywhere we want. There could be more lands. There could be anything. We don't know. So until we get that full exploration and get us going out there and going places and mapping it all ourselves and stuff like that, which is not easy because a lot of us just haven't got the resources to do that. Break down the word heliocentric. Well, helio is Helios, the sun god, and centric is in the center, basically, isn't it? So I mean, that could be our anthem. Been seeing stuff like that a lot lately, Pete Shea. Numbers 22, 222, and 111, and 11, and stuff like that. Heliocentric. Egyptian/Roman. Yes, Roxanne Glen, we need a festival. Yeah. Like Glastonbury, but for flat Earth. Or for, sorry, globe Earth deniers. You know, all these people that have got all these qualifications and stuff like that, they think they're intelligent, but they're not. They're just regurgitating all the bullshit they've been taught. So I think when people go on about artificial intelligence and AI and stuff like that, and they're on about that kind of stuff, and they all go, well, AI is computers and robots and stuff like that. No, I think the AI is the people. They've got a sense of artificial intelligence. It's not real intelligence. The real intelligent people are the ones that can see through all that bullshit and discern for themselves and see through it all. Yeah, because the education system's built upon and based on the Prussian education system. There's a video on my channel about it. Basically, to keep the masses down, basically. Keep you in servitude, basically. The Prussian education system. And that's what the education system's based upon. What's that, Roxanne? We need to get our youth into those positions and end the deception. What positions? Because if you're talking about, we know that politics and stuff like that, it's all fixed. Nobody, Joe Bloggs ain't going to get into anything like that. So they're wanting there to push their agendas and to keep them in power, basically. I'm already drip feeding my students little truths here and there. Nice one, harsh truth engineer. I have to put little bits there here and there, and hopefully people will start to see it and look and stuff like that. If we understand the system that's in place, we get inside it and break it from the inside out. And we could try. Like I said, if you want to be right up there where the top people, them people that I don't know, because it'd be hard because they won't let anybody like that in to the top positions. They only have people there that they know they can like do their bidding, basically. I think our best bet is to just try and feed it to the masses, basically, and everybody else. Bit at a time. And hopefully that'll filter up or down or whatever, and everyone will start seeing. But thanks, Stephen Watson. Like I say, it's my first proper thing, so I'm not got a clue what I'm doing or saying or anything else like that. I'm just babbling basically and just talking. Encouraging my little first year engineers to do experiments for their end of year project. Nice one, Harsh Truth Engineer. Steve looks like a slimmer version of Anthony Sleeping Warrior. All right, okay. I've put a lot of weight on over the last few years. It's a lot slimmer than this. That's what I am doing. Eyes wide shut. I'm just winging it, just babbling along and just winging it and ranting and. Let's have a look at what we're saying. It's really great that you are doing this week by week. More people are getting involved. It's fantastic. Nailed on. Nice one. Another platform for get together soon. It'll outgrow Tube and social networking. Yeah, this is the only social network I use. YouTube, that's it. For my videos and stuff like this and that. I come off Facebook, just over about a year ago now. And I've just deleted it. It's gone. Never been on Twitter. So yes, you're right, Tom Corner. Truth comes out. The truth always comes out. It's just that if people want to listen or not and hear the truth. Not a lot of people want to hear the truth because it hurts. They've got their egos and they've got a lot of money and time invested in where they are. And to tell people that everything that they know is bullshit, they don't want to know. Like I said, Drayman 962. I've never had Twitter, to be honest. Oh no, I think I did, but I never went on it. I signed up, but I never went on it. Never did out. Like I said, I got rid of Facebook just over a year ago. I deleted it, deleted my account and everything. I went back on a few months ago and it was still there. I'm like, well, I deleted that. Come off. I've deleted it again. So I don't even know if it's still there or not. I don't know. So, yep, no one wants the truth. And those that do find it a big pill to swallow, exactly, Tom Corner. Because like I said, they've got a lot invested in their education and the higher education and stuff like that. And everything else. And there's a lot of people out there that know we don't live on a globe, but they just don't want to say anything because they've got fear. Fear to come out and say, look, it's all bullshit because it's kind of frightened of losing friends, family, jobs, all that sort of stuff. The best way to go is just have no fear. No fear. Just get it out there and say, look, I'm here. I'm proud. This is me. End of the day. We can all plug you on Twitter, Steve. Yeah, do it, Bitchy B. Get it out there. Let's get people learning. Let's give them the critical tools to discern for themselves. That's all I want to do. To give people the critical tools so they can see for themselves and learn to discern and see all the bullshit and all logical fallacy and stuff like that. So they can see through it all. Let's tell people that the trivium is the way to go. Photographic memory. How long we've been on? 42 viewers. First Google Hangout. I've got set up a new email address for people that want to come in. I learn every day. If I don't learn, then there is no point in being here. Hi, John Sharp. How you doing? bear with me. I've just been ranting on and that and winging it. My first Google Hangout, basically. Now, like I said, I put all the other stuff, all the rabbit holes behind me. I'm starting to do that anyway. I'm starting to discern who was who and stuff like that before I come across a couple of good channels, which put me on the right path. So I'm thankful, like I said, to be on the imaginary curve and Harry Growler. They put me on the right path, looking at the right stuff and looking at the trivium and stuff like that, so I could see through the bullshit even more. Now I can discern a lot better. But you get when you get these trolls and these heliocentric believers, these heliocentric religion believers. They've got nothing but logical fallacy, attacking straw men, and sophist arguments. That's it. Thanks, Hash, Truth Engineer. Yeah, memes comes from the word enfameme, which is a truncated syllogism. So who's in the UK then? And who's elsewhere? That's it, yeah. They must have a real, true education. Pass it on to my children. So then they pass it on to theirs and they pass it on to the people that they know and stuff like that. And hopefully pass it on to friends as well and family and stuff like that. Get them learning. Give them a true education. The education that everybody should get. There's a reason why the true education was given... Sorry, not given, taken out of the state education systems, because they want people appealing to authority, which is why I think a lot of people in the globe earth society have a childlike mentality. I think it's designed that way. So then they appeal to authority, I think. Right, let's have a look what we're saying. All right, mate. I'm in Sheffield too, Steve. All right, nice one, John. Sharp. I've been here now about 20 years, I think. Maybe a little bit more. I'm 42 now, nearly 43. Oh, no, actually about 21 years, I think. 22 years now I've been here. I was living in Leeds, a little place called Beeston for a bit, and then I went travelling around a bit. And I was homeless for a bit in Preston. And I went down to the coach station one day and I just saw a coach for Sheffield, and I went, right, I'm getting on that coach. I was homeless in Preston. I thought, right, I'm getting on that coach. I got on that coach to Sheffield in Preston, came to Sheffield 22 years ago, about 22 years ago. I was homeless here for a little bit. It was over an Easter weekend, so the council weren't open and all like that. And I went down there and I got into a homeless hostel, and the council gave me a flat, and I've been living in social housing since, really. So exactly, Diana Stewart. Childlike mentality and appeal to authority. That's why the education system and society as a whole, I think it's designed for people to have a childlike mentality. So then they have to appeal to authority and stuff like that. So it's not people's fault when they like using logical fallacy all the time and everything else when it comes to this subject. Any subject, really. Because they've not had that true education and they appeal to authority. So this is why we all need to learn this true education and learn the trivium. Once we've got the trivium, we can go into the quadrivium a bit, but this trivium is the most important bit, in my opinion. We need to get this trivium down. We all need to learn the trivium. Or learn about ethos, pathos, logos. Learn about logical fallacy, emphomemes, syllogisms, stuff like that. I will be at your meetup, seriously. Nice one, John Sharp. I think that's 3 people now said they're coming. And one said they live down the road or something. So hopefully we'll have a good chat. See how it goes. I've picked that park because it's not far from the city centre. If anyone's coming from outside Sheffield and stuff like that, it's not that far from the city centre. It's only up Ecclesall Road. So that'd be a bit easier for people to get to. I live up the other side, up south of Sheffield. So yeah, gotta pick that park. There's a cafe there. Go there and have a cup of tea or something. I'll make sure to bring my honey with me, so I can have a cup of tea. I don't drink coffee, too much caffeine. Drink tea, and I don't use sugar in my tea anymore. A couple of spoons of honey, better for you. There's more fake news for me. Yeah, there's a lot of fake news, isn't there? All media's fake news, basically, isn't it? All propaganda. Fear porn, I call it. It's easier to control the masses when they're under fear. They have all that fear out there to keep people under control more. Stop people looking. Like I said, that's one of the characteristics of a cult. Keep people in fear. Don't let them look and discern for themselves and look. Keep them under fear. Give them heavy workloads and stuff so they ain't got time to think about what's going on. Keep them divided so they ain't got time to get together and discuss and stuff like that. So, yeah. Police interview, they use the trivium on you. Yeah, more than likely. They'll get trained in that. Yeah. The biggest gang going, and the police and the army, they're enforcers. It's like a big mafia. That's all they are. In my opinion, I don't know. I mean, that's what I think. I said I don't have beliefs. I've eradicated my beliefs and my assumptions as well. I try not to assume either. As much as I can, I try not to believe. See you later, Chris F.E. Jackson. Have a good weekend. Looking forward, Chris, to your life of Ball Bryant. We want more, Chris. Really funny. I'd love to be able to live off grid, Roxanne, but this summer, got a nice back garden. I'm going to start growing some vegetables, I think, and try that for a bit. That's what it's like to grow my own veg. Might even grow my own tobacco plants and then hang them up in outhouse and dry them out so they're all dead and dried out and that, and smoke them instead of buying cigarettes because it's bad for you, chemicals and that, and I need to give up them. See if I sell myself. I don't think you mean sell yourself, do you? You mean tell yourself. An infinite inward, you can orbit the Earth and not be on a globe. It's the only non-globe model that allows for orbits to exist. Yeah, you're right. Assumptions are the mother of all fuck ups. Yeah. And beliefs and all, I guess, mate. I used to believe in outer space and aliens and stuff like that. I mean, and I used to believe in UFOs and stuff like that. I used to believe in the Big Bang. Well, not so much. I used to be a bit weary on that because I used to be like, well, hang on a minute. How can something come from nothing, and where's all this intelligent life come from, and all this life that's so intricate from nothing? It just doesn't make that didn't make sense to me ever. It never gelled with me. That I was like, no. So, do you know the did you know that the word conspiracy theory apparently I don't know, from what I've seen, was invented by a certain institution to put people off looking into certain things and stuff like that. It's worked. It's done its job. Tobacco is good, just the crap they put in it is not good. Also, get your fags out of them packets when you buy them. Picture. Give you cancer. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I used to smoke a lot more, but I don't smoke that much anymore. Like the wife was saying the other day, she says the 20 fags now lasts us about a day and a half between us. So we're on like 10 fags each every 1.5 days. So we don't smoke as much as we used to. Unless I'm having a drink and I might smoke a little bit more, but I used to roll my own years ago. So I can't be bothered with that there. Just buy them. They're like £8 some a packet now, man. What I get for 20. It's disgusting. I used to do weed, Roxanne. I used to do my bud, but before I had children. So once I had my children, I just give it up. Yeah, so I'm thinking about growing my own tobacco. So there's not all them chemicals and that in it. And then just buying the raw papers. Thinking about doing that this year. To make me cut down a lot more anyway. Yeah, I've never been into that vaping. I think I tried it once or twice. I'm like, no, wasn't the same. It didn't feel right to me. Like, no, I don't want to vape. You don't know what's in it. You don't know what's in them stuff. What you're putting in your body. It could be even worse than having a fag, having a cigarette. So I never bothered with it. Really, tried it a little bit, but I've come off that. I had a next door neighbour. She was 93 years old. She died a few years ago. She was 93 years old. She smoked all her life. Well, since she was a youngest girl. 93 she was. So Oh, I had that at school, that big massive needle thing in your arms. Everyone's still got the scar there on their arm where they got it. Whenever you see anyone, they've always got that scar there where they've had that big needle at school. You have to have that 6 needles on your wrist first, though, to make sure if it swelled up. Remember that. Didn't want to have it when I was a kid. I tell you the truth, I was scared of having it because I knew the needle was massive. I thought, oh, I'm not having that. But I ended up having to have it at school. But I didn't know anything then, you see. I didn't know any better. I think I was with my foster parents then, I think. Actually, no, I had that before I went to foster parents, that. You're smoking fags, you don't know what's in them. I know a few things that are in them. Formaldehyde, tar, nicotine, some other crap, no good for you. So, to be honest with you, I've smoked since I was like 10 years old, and I'm 42 now, so it's hard to give up. It's just a habit now. I did give up once for like 3 months. I was working away from home up in Middlesbrough, doing timber framing on building sites. Because the people I were working with, I used to stay away all week in a hotel and come home at weekends, and the people I were working away with, they didn't smoke. So I just gave up for 3 months while I was there working away. Come back again because the wife smokes. I started again. So I didn't do school. I had a lot going on in my life at home when I was a child, a lot of bad shit, and I just couldn't be doing with it. Too much going on in my life when I was a child. That's why I ended up with foster parents and stuff when I was like 15 years old. So I think I did science exam, that's it. I've done my maths and English since. I got my GCSE equivalent in maths and English, and I got a B in maths and a B plus in English, I think. Yeah. Not that I'm not intelligent. I am very intelligent. Give up on the fluoride. No fluoride toothpaste now. Me and the family now. We use non-fluoridated toothpastes for the last two years now, I think. So and luckily the water where I am, it's got apparently it's this, on their website, Yorkshire Water, it says they've got trace amounts of fluoride in there, so these aren't they out in it. So it's just the other chemicals in the water you've got to worry about. So I want to get hold of a water distiller. Nice one, Tom Corner. Get the school bus every day, but never went to school. It was a free trip to the beach so I could fish. Yeah, and go in the rock pools and stuff like that, find the crabs and stuff. I still use toothpaste. I use either it's the pink one. It looks and smells a bit like Germaline. Can't remember what they call it now. Yeah, I ended up with foster parents when I was about 15, only for about a year. Then I left and went to live with my grandma up in Huddersfield. And then I left there at about 17, going on for 18, traveling all over the UK basically, and lived everywhere. So I don't go to the pub that much, Stephen Watson, anymore. To be honest, I'll have a few cans in the house now and again. I'll go out to if there's a family party, family do or something. So, all right, Roxanne. Like I said, it's the first time I've done this, so I'm just rambling along and just reading the chat, answering people in the chat at the minute. Nope. Have a look. What do I do here? Cameraman. Cameraman? I've got a cameraman here. Screen share. Oh, I want to show something. Hang on. How do I show this now? Let me get rid of... How do I do this? Don't do pubs, mouse. I don't really do pubs anymore. When I was younger, I used to go out night clubbing and all sorts. I used to go out all the time when I was younger. But for the last, what? Oh, I don't know, about 15 years. I'm not even bothered really going out. Now and again. Don't really go out much. Yeah, we know where to cover outside if we want a drink. every like once every few months, my wife will get her sister around and one of her sister's friends, and we'll just sit up all night playing cards, drinking, and then we'll take it. Me and wife will take it in turns next day to go to bed while we look after kids. So, but it's not as if we do it all the time. We do it like once every few months. You know what I mean? So, just a bit of a release from everything. Pterodactyl. Well, not about dinosaurs, are we? That rabbit hole. Yeah, definitely. Flat Earth Festival. Let's do it. And if I had the money and the resources, I'd do something like that. But I ain't got the money or the resources to do all that. But it'd be good. If someone arranged one, I'd go. Yeah, I'd go. From London, aren't you, Roxangling? I used to live down in London for a bit, in New Southgate, North London, for a few months, and then I moved up to a little town in Bedfordshire called Biggleswade. Lived there for about a year, back in 2002. And I came back to Sheffield again, and I've been here ever since. Like I said, Rox, I used to live there. I used to live in New Southgate, for in Barnet, for a bit. Then I moved up to a little place called Biggleswade in Bedfordshire. Lived there for a little bit. Then I came back up here. That was 2002, that. When I was there, I used to go to the... I used to work on the medical block, refurbing the medical block of Hendon Police Training School. Work at signing in there every day. Oh, I like going to London, Roxanne. I used to go to football all the time with my brothers and that. Go down to London. We used to get the mega bus from other coach companies are available. From Sheffield at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Get to London for 7:30 in the morning. Spend all day in London, good at football. And get last coach home at 11:30 at night from Victoria. I like London for a drink, for a day out. It's nice. Good. London is expensive, yeah, for housing and other stuff like that. But for beer, it's not too bad, actually. It's about the same as what it is up here. Not much more for your beer if you go down there for a drink. You should drink down Leicester Square and stuff like that. How was our Blades? No, none. Neither. Huddersfield Town. That's where I was born. Huddersfield Town. Spirit of Longthorn. Not an owl or a blade. I go to the Blades matches because my kids get free tickets at school. We went to one last Monday night and then one other Tuesday night, a rearranged match. Got free tickets. So I'll go. I'll watch a game. You know what I mean? But I'm Huddersfield Town. Yeah. I don't think I've ever been to Hull. Been to Grimsby. That way, innit? I've never been to Scunthorpe and stuff like that. I've never been up to Hull. Been to York. Oh, no, I have. I've been across the Humber Bridge. Been across that Humber Bridge once or twice when I was younger. Yeah, it's I don't think it's that spirit of Longthorn. It's just that I was born there and that's the team that I follow. I wouldn't say I was passionate about it. I don't really follow football and support it that much. It's just that I was born there and I used to go to the odd game. I don't go to any games anymore. So, like I said, I used to go to all the away games in London and stuff like that. It costs too much money. You've got to get there and then you've got to spend your money and your ticket. I mean, you're talking in excess of £100 just to go to a game. You know what I mean? It's a lot of money. I ain't got that type of money. Just for one day, go to a football match. Paul Heaton. Who's Paul Heaton? Yeah, we all need to connect. But like I say, you got to be careful if people are organising you into a certain group and stuff like that. Go discern for yourself and just like discern. People are trying to organise you into groups and stuff like that and everything else like that. You know what I mean? You've got to be careful because you don't know who's behind it and stuff like that. So discern for yourself and just make sure you get to know the people and that. And you hate football, Dre, man. Well, I don't love it. I don't hate it, but I like to watch it now and again. Exactly, Tom Corner. Because of me, like £100 to go to an away match, but we travel, tickets, and a bit of spending money to go to a pub and that, it cost me a fortune. So, and like, even if I go to a local one, it's still costing me like what? Even if I go to a Blades match, or even if I go over to Huddersfield to a match, and go stuff at my dad's for the weekend or something, which I've not been for a long time since I told my dad that the earth is flat. You won't have it, my dad. You won't have it. So I've not really spoke to him since. I think I spoke to him once or twice on the phone. And I spoke to my stepmum mainly. But everyone's like, why do you believe the earth is flat? Like, I don't believe it's flat. I know it is. I had a delivery driver a few weeks ago now. I was wearing my Flat Earth t-shirt. YouTube Steve HV, YouTube Flat Earth. Water always finds its level t-shirt. And I went to the door to get the parcel. And he stood there and he went, I can't believe people think that the earth is flat in this day and age. Have you never heard of them two sticks in the ground? I went, what, Eratosthenes? He went, yeah, that's the one. There's videos on YouTube and all this lot. I said, yeah, I've seen that, yeah. I said, you do know that could still work on a level flat earth, didn't you? If the sun's a lot closer and everything else. I said, he assumed that the sun was that far away and that it was a ball before he even started. So, of course, he's going to come up with that conclusion. So, there's another delivery driver that comes with the shopping because we don't go shopping, just food shopping anymore. We do it online and get delivered. Talk to him about some stuff as well when he comes. and he's looking into bits. So £100 to take a bunch of views to the pictures, and theme parks. I don't read The Sun or eat Kellogg's cornflakes for £100 plus. Yeah, exactly. £100 I got at pictures. Yeah, by the time you've got there and you bought your tickets and you bought your popcorn and everything else, cost a fortune. So yeah, I'm forever talking to people about it and dropping little bits here and there, like I said, on the buses and stuff. Dropping little bits, talking to my kids about the trivium and stuff like that. So people are earwigging, listening. So then that little seed gets planted and then they have a look at it and stuff like that. Forever wearing one of my t-shirts when I go out anywhere. But my blue one with the YouTube CVHV, what I'll find its level, YouTube Flat Earth thing, it's shrunk. So it's got a bit small now, a bit short. So I need to do another one. But I'm not going to put YouTube Flat Earth on it anymore because I've been on and I've YouTubed Flat Earth and it comes up with all the bullshit, basically. All the channels trying to debunk Flat Earth using nothing but logical fallacy and stuff like that. And it comes up with all the big channels and that representing straw man models and maps and stuff like that. And so I'm not going to bother saying YouTube Flat Earth anymore. I'm going to direct them to channels. There was some people who was my wife's sister's ex come up to me and he goes, "You have one of your cards?" and that. So I gave him a card and I gave his brother one. And I've got his number off him and I texted him all these channels to look at. And I've got Harry Growler, Beyond Imaginary Curve, some others like, you know what I mean? I give him some of them channels to watch on my channel. So they're watching them now. So hopefully they're taking some of it in, you know what I mean, and going, well, hang on a minute, yeah, that's a logical fallacy, and they're learning about stuff like that. And they're looking into it properly. Everything should be for free. Rayman 1962. It's all paid for when you're born. I leave my cards in shops a lot. On the buses and in shops and stuff like that. Well, wherever I can, really. If I see someone like on the street busking or like that, I'll get a card, bit of change in my hand, go up, chuck him in his thing. Well, there you go. Bit of money, maybe a pound or two, you know what I mean? A bit of change, chuck it in with a card, you know what I mean? Buskers and that as well. Take them where I can. I don't damage anybody's property or anything like that, so I don't suggest anyone doing all that because it's not right. Should stick. My morals are I always stick to cause no loss or harm to any man, woman, or child. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. So yeah, I just stick my cards up with a bit of blue tack. Take a bit of blue tack in my pocket, and I've got my cards in an old cigarette packet. They fit in just nice in my inside pocket. And every now and then I'll get one out, stick them up somewhere. Every now and again I'll film and I'll put them on. I've got another one to do, which I've been doing. So I've got another activism video thing to put up when I get a chance, probably this weekend or beginning of next week. Kids are off school next week as well, so and it's my oldest son's 13th birthday. I said the one with special needs, so he wants a party. So now have a little bit of family around, and have his cousins around for a bit of food and that here and that bit of music at the house. I think my wife will be at work, so I've got to do all the party food. I've got to cook all the party food. What do people think then about this Convex Earth documentary thing? I thought it was going to be really good, to be honest, but then it turned out stupid. You know what I mean? Some of them experiments, what we've been doing for the last God knows how many years, you know what I mean? Some of them experiments that they did. And then some of them were a bit, like what they call it, bit shit, some of them experiments. Some were good. And then you've got the bit at the end where they're on about, oh, we live on a fucking asteroid. Oh my God, that just fucking... I just thought, oh no, what are you doing? Like the big man in the shed said, they've got a little jacuzzi on the side. You know what I mean? It's stupid. We don't live on a fucking an asteroid in space. Fucking hell. On the flat bit on top. With a pressurized system over the top, with a vacuum on the outside. And then they were saying, oh, there's no gravity. But then they went on to say that the relativity or something explains something or something. Well, wait, hang on a minute. So then you're thinking, well, hang on a minute. And then you're thinking, well, if we're on an asteroid in a vacuum and you're saying there's no gravity, then what? How is the atmosphere there in a vacuum without the atmosphere pushing out to fill that void to find equilibrium? We live on a hemorrhoid. Yeah, probably. We probably came out of a unicorn's fart bubble. Probably. Oh, I wish I could get one MP900s. I ain't got one of them. I got oh, what camera right now? Hang on a sec. I got this off of eBay a while ago now. A Lumix. That were it. Panasonic Lumix. 24 times optical zoom and that. It's not a bad camera. I think on eBay they were going for like 150 second hand. I got that for 70, so a good deal on that. And when I went to took the family to what do I think the moon might be? I haven't got a clue. I don't know. It's not a big spherical rock in a vacuum. I know that much, but I ain't got a clue what the moon is. I ain't got a clue what the moon is or the sun. Because I know for a fact the sun's not a big ball of hydrogen burning in a vacuum 93 million miles away. I know that for a fact. So, yeah, positive pressure surrounded by negative pressure. Well, pressure surrounded by no pressure. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're right, Richie B. I thought it was going to be good, that, but it was shocking. They just couldn't let go, could they? Couldn't let go of that space, that outer space. I think they're trying to push a new paradigm, I think. Yeah, the Earth is flat. We live on an asteroid in a vacuum. Space is still real. We still need NASA and all these other space agencies. We still need the UK Space Agency. We still need Europeans. We still need all the other space agencies all over the Earth. I'm just going to have a drink. My mouth's a bit dry. I'm just drinking. I'm not drinking alcohol. It's the other horrible black liquid. Yeah, I took that camera when I went to the west coast of Scotland for my summer holidays. Took the family up to Saltcoats, and I was stood on the beach at Saltcoats, and the camera about there, and I'm 6'2", so a good like 5.5 foot, 5.5 foot above the sea, and I'm looking out. And I could see some buildings and like a sea wall and stuff 12 miles away. And wasn't a very clear day, though. There were a lot of like foggy. The atmosphere was foggy and that, and it weren't very clear, but you could see. And then I went over to the Isle of Arran and filmed back over towards the mainland Scotland from the Isle of Arran. And I just took a picture. I didn't take video, I just took a picture. And I've got this picture, and it's like these like white silos And I think I found where it is, but I'm not sure. I think it's 25 miles away. But you can't see the land before that. A couple of miles of land before that, but you can see that them buildings, and they're like really big, like they're magnified with like atmospheric lensing. I start looking at the stars with it and through a telescope and stuff, and you get that effect and everything else. But I've now come to the conclusion that the stars, when you see them like that, like cymatics and stuff like that, I think that's just the atmosphere that's doing that. It's making them look like that. But like I said, that's not going to give you proof for the shape of the Earth, though. Do you mean it's red herring fallacy? That's looking up at the stars isn't going to give you measurable proof. Not one bit. So like I said, we don't know what they are. We know what we've been told what they are, and we believed what we were told. Our atmosphere does magnify things, yes. I think you're right, Chilson Deluxe. The atmosphere does magnify things because there's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. And we all know that water magnifies. So all the moisture in the atmosphere magnifies everything. I need to do something with that because I keep looking at myself there on that screen and not at the camera. So I think I'm going to be going soon. I think 5 minutes. That's midnight then. So we're wrapping it up soon, I think. My first one. Hopefully, as I go along and do more, they'll get better and start having people on. I'll give out the email address next time and stuff like that. So I've set up a new email address. It's Steve, all lowercase, steve.h.v.globe.earth.denier@gmail.com. That'll be for links and stuff next time. I'll put it in the I'll put it in here now, and then you've got it for next time when I come on. If you remember it. It's steve.h.v.globe.earth.denier@gmail.com. steve.h.v.globe.earth.denier@gmail.com. Yeah, that's the email. If anyone wants links next time, I'm not going to do links today because I'm going in a few minutes. I'm going to wrap it up soon because I want to go for a cigarette and yeah, I will do, man. We'll get some guests on next time. Like I said, that's the email. If anyone wants a link next time, I've just put in. I'm going to get either try and source another cheap phone or take the SIM card out of my phone and put a new SIM card in it, top that up, and then what they call it, have that phone if anyone wants to call in. And if we get any trolls calling in using logical fallacy and all the bullshit, I'm going to get a nice little dunce cap, little white dunce cap, put it over the phone and hold it there like that. I'm going to go, look, you can stay there with your dunce cap on. All right, P and Andrew, cool pick. See you later. Thank you. Well, I'm going now anyway. I'm going to end it now for today. You too, Harsh Truth Engineer. Take care of yourself. See ya. Everyone stay safe. I might even put a little globe on the dunce cap as well. I don't know yet. We'll see. We're going to make it. Yeah, I'll put them in the dunce corner. In the dunce corner. With a little dunce cap with a little globe on it. Just put them there like that. All right, you stay there. Thanks, everyone. Am I near the coast? No. Man 96. So I'm right bang in the centre of England. Near enough. Well, near to the north of England, but in the centre. So I'm a good 100 miles from the coast. A good few miles from the coast. Can't get to the coast that easily. I don't drive. Never have driven a car. Thanks, Tom Corner. You too. Good night, everyone. Well, dunce with a C. Yeah. I'll spell it with a globe. Night all. Have a good weekend. What if dude live in 5? Well, I'm gonna get off now.